I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ha Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule great millstone while and shalom. To the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, may you endure unto the end. Shalom wa abba babal. So this is Proverbs 3, verse 21. It says, My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul and grace. Forgive me. So shall they be life unto thy soul and grace unto thy neck, which I just thought of Baruch 4 in verse 1. It says in Baruch 4 verse 1, This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. See, this instruction of salvation is really a life. And that's why you're supposed to believe. But such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in thy presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated, that you may understand what the Lord's intentions are. Isaiah 14 and 1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall join them, which are Israelites that don't look like so-called Negroes or Latinos or Native American Indians. And they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. But they're going to understand the prophecies and the 12 tribe sign, which starts with the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, according to prophecy. See, that's how they're going to cleave to the house of Jacob. All right, and the Lord's going to give our oppressors to us as slaves. All right, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. The house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And that's what we're hoping this year, the downfall of our oppressor. We hope Lucifer falls like lightning, aka the destruction of Babylon. All right. We hope that to be this year at the return of Yahweh Shai, which he's coming to save us, the Israelites. All right. So once again, I'm going to start from 21, Proverbs 3, verse 21. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion, which comes with the Spirit. So shall they be life unto thy soul, which the Spirit of Yahweh, which testifies of Yahweh Shai, is upon these words, which comforts us. And grace, meaning instruction, to thy neck, meaning it will guide us in our walk. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Which honestly, I experienced this. Before I was in the truth, I couldn't sleep sometimes. Not just because of the activity I was doing, but I was afraid. And now, knowing this truth, the truth sets you free, so you don't have to be afraid of these unknowns no more, because they're known. We have a God of knowledge, so we have an unction to know all things, so we're not afraid. Fear comes from things that you don't understand. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. And I remember hoping for this. I'm telling you, I had my first son, and he was an infant, and this is years ago. But I remember looking at him sleep so peaceful, and I wish I could get that sleep, because I wouldn't be able to sleep. I was worried about all the things of the world. It says, but not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For Yahweh shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken, which he gave us Yahweh Shai. John 17, let's go to 15 first. and one. I am the true vine, and my Father, Yahweh, is the husbandman. So Yahweh gave us his son, Yahweh Shai. All right, Romans 8 and verse 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, we're in sinful flesh, our power, Yahweh, sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. And the Spirit is the essence of the prophecy that is on the words of Yahweh, the Holy Scriptures. All right, so we're preparing for these prophecies to come true. We're preparing to meet Yahweh Shai, our Maker. All right, the Son of Yahweh, our power. Now, let's go to Revelation 3, verse 10. Because thou, and it's red letters, so Yahweh Shai is speaking. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Which I always like the end in the NLT. It says, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world, the implantable microchip, to test those who belong to this world. Because if you take it, you're going to be condemned with this world. This world is condemned. All right. So the Lord's going to destroy it by fire. All right. The allies and enemies of America are going to shoot nuclear missiles on America, from all angles. All right. And America is going to be turned into a lake of fire. And at the same time, all the troops of the world under Edom and these other nations that are confederate with Edom, they're going to be gathered in the valley of Jehoshaphat and melted there. 2 Ezra 13 and 11. All right. So the Lord has this whole thing set up for our benefit. All right. He made the world for our sakes. And that's what he's doing. He's showing that he loves us. Jeremiah 29 and 11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith Yahweh, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Then shall ye call upon me. When we're in trouble, we'll call upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And we glorify Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai every day. We thank Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So what do you think is going to happen when we go into trouble? And it's supposed to happen. We're supposed to be here during the time of the Great Tribulation, which starts with Jacob's trouble, because we're here to be that anchor for the Israelites to lock into, so that they could be joined to Yahweh Shai as we're joined to Yahweh through Yahweh Shai. All right. So it says, then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. And ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall, when ye shall search for me with all your heart. You gotta pretty much be completely given over to this truth. All right. The Lord don't care for someone that's lukewarm, half in this truth and half in the world. The Lord wants you to be completely given over to this truth. That's why he said John the Baptist was the best of the prophets, because he literally gave up his position as in the temple. He would have had a high rank, all right, because of his father through the lineage, right? He would have been pretty much a high priest, one of the highest ranks in the nation of Israel, right? But instead he went into the wilderness because of the corruption of the temple, All right. And he went to preach in the wilderness the truth of Yahushai's return. All right. Which he was coming the first time. All right. But he's been there many times before. You got to remember, he was Isaac. He was Adam. He was Isaac. He was Yahushai. All right. He was King Solomon. All right. So he was prophesying of Yahushai, the Savior. All right. Coming. And he was preparing the way for him. That's why he was doing the water baptism, which was pretty much symbolic of what we would do today with this truth. We submerge you in this truth. We're like drops, like rain of water. In fact, it says this in the scriptures. All right. Rain says that this truth descends from heaven like rain. See? So, Psalm 72 and 6, he shall come down like rain upon the mown grass, which what happens when you mow grass and it rains, all right, it grows as showers that water the earth. And this truth is watering this earth, and that's why we're growing in grace. All right. Let me see. Here in Isaiah 55 and 10, for as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it, which it's happening. All right, this is happening. All right, the elect men are prospering, the hopeful elect. We're growing in grace every day, and the world around us under the wicked is crumbling. So the Lord's word, all right, it's not returning void like a check. All right, He's not writing words that are not gonna cash. All right, they're coming to be fulfilled just like in the past. All right, Daniel prophesied of these kingdoms such as the Mede, the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, and just as he prophesied, it was fulfilled. Rome fell. All right. Now, the reincarnation of Rome after the Dark Ages, the renaissance of the so called white race took place. And we're living at the end of the so called Caucasians' age, which they're going to go into slavery and they're going to be destroyed. All right. I was sharing those Joe Rogan videos, and they're literally going over these scriptures, talking to each other of being terrorized at night, which I've been saying that to the spirit because Pharaoh was terrorized by visions. Nebuchadnezzar was terrorized by visions. Alexander the Greek had visions. Pontius Pilate's wife had visions. All right, so these elite of this race is having nightmares too. Why? Because of this word going out like rain all over the earth through the internet. It goes out of us. It comes down from heaven through us. By Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahushai, through the Holy Spirit, we prophesy. And it goes on to the internet, up into the heavens, and then comes down all over the earth like rain. And it's going to get to whoever needs to hear it, that is an Israelite, to be saved or to be condemned. But the heathen that hear it, it's condemnation because you have no salvation. The water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that he shows his ways unto Israel. Shalom to the elect of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom wa abba babam.